All right, hello there, everyone. And I would say welcome back to Teaching the Dailies. However, today I actually have something very special planned because there was actually an update a few days ago in SpyParty for the first time in I think nearly 5 years. And instead of playing the level 7, I wanted to showcase the new sort of update and the nicest part of it, and then also obviously snipe some games. So here's the new screen. Now, if you remember, these were side by side, and the lobby was like a little bit, longer and less like joined together. I don't know if there's a way to fix that or anything, but yeah, it just looks like this now. Uh, chat's still on the left side, so nothing like that was added. The main thing that's been updated is now that you can snipe infinite games, that are from your level. So, for example, I'm level 7, and let's say there's 20,000 replays. It's going to start me at a game, and then it's going to go from there in a determined order. Everybody has the same order of games per level. So, for example, the level 7 people, like myself, it starts out with a game from me, then it's a game of 3 of 5 Aquarium, and then etc. I think then it's a game of Redwoods and Rov, and some Courtyard thrown in there, blah, 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 blah. Basically, yeah, it's a determined order, so wherever you're at in the order, that's where you're at. Oh yeah, there's also a terrace game from Grash or something, but yeah, so you get a predetermined order, and now if you notice right now, there's not a way to access it. You'll see that Nebula is currently, in the mode, so it says testing when is as a status, and that means that he is playing the infinite sniper mode. The great part about this is that now you can now forever be able to have a solo player experience because you can always have games to snipe because there's like at least 20,000 replays, I'd say, at least per level, if not way more, depending on what level you are. So I think it only makes sense that there's just a lot. But I guess now that I think about it, I guess levels like 6, 5, and 4 wouldn't have like as much good replays this night because I think that you're gonna spend less time there, whereas like level 7 and level 0 and level 1 are gonna have like the most games because the most people are at that level. Mainly the game is a lot of new players, and then for the people that stick around and have like thousands of games, it only takes 2,000 game wins to get to level 7. And if you notice, I have 3.7 thousand spy wins. But enough of that. So, if you're ever wondering, if you're newer here, and you're wondering how to access the mode, it's very simple. You just have to go to settings, and then you have to go to matchmaking, and then you have to hit test matchmaking. I think you have to do this every single time that you load into lobby, but that might be changed in the future. But yeah, basically just hit test matchmaking, close, return to lobby, and then now you have this third button that says test matchmaking. And yeah, as it says, it's not actually matchmaking with other players. It needs testing, but really all it does is give you infinite games this time. So you click test matchmaking, and it'll just automatically give you a replay to snipe. So yeah, so now I get to snipe Koopa's replay. And what you'll notice is that Koopa has an asterisk next to his name, and that's because that was the original spy in the replay. And instead, as you know, in the dailies, if you've noticed from prior videos or even prior replays, the sniper is the original sniper. So, like, if this was Koopa versus Grash, Grash would be the sniper and then Koopa would be the spy. But now, another great update is that you can now actually watch your games that you snipe. So, like, for example, in teaching the dailies, this happened a lot where I would be like, okay, well, I don't know what I did because I can't go back and watch what I did, because when you go to the replay, it shows you the original sniper. But now it shows you your sniper. So now I can snipe this game, get really good practice on it, and then decide, okay, like what was I watching and where did it go wrong? And so it's sort of this infinite practice, and it's very, very cool because it now really rewards you for practicing and just going in, sniping some games. The only downside is that if you are at a pretty decent level, and I think it's only available at your level, so if you don't have like 2,000 games and you don't play a lot of games, you're not going to have access to the level 7 infinite replays. And so the best possible practice available you don't have access to yet, which is pretty bad. But even if you had something like level 6, it's still pretty good practice. But and even level 5 has some pretty good games to snipe. So as long as you're like level 5, you'll probably get some really good use out of this infinite replays. Because the more games you snipe, the better you'll be, obviously. So it's very beneficial. So yeah, so anyway, let's get into the games here. Enough rambling on about the new update. Just thought it was exciting stuff to mention. But now I have way more options, and I don't have to like only wait to do level 7. And also, typically record like avoided recording on days where it's like only one venue, say like Terrace or something. When I want variety, but now I can get variety. Um, so yeah, so right now we are on 4 of 8 Modern, and we have Koopa. We are sniping against. So let's go. Let's get into it. I would say our first game of the new update, but I have already sniped a couple games here, so um, I'm just gonna be starting off where I left off. I'm only maybe like few games in. I'm not too many like replays in. But let's get started here. And statues, obviously. So Nunu, Hydra. We're gonna watch Bug. So Nunu, Hydra, and Puff. And we were watching Bug there, maybe flickering over for a time ad, but nothing to be seen there. And we're watching the green bookcase here. And okay, they didn't. White dress should bounce there. Yep, she does. So we can low like that. It's really hard for spies to replicate like that bouncing motion. So Nunu, Hydra, Puff. Queen with a good path. Queen has a good path. I really like the path. Seek, we were watching for a bug there, but he did not bug. I also looked at some bar visitors early on. I'm pretty sure it's White Dress, Salmon, and Kane. So if Perling goes off here, I can have my lowlights, pretty figured out. Okay, Plane Twin I think is stuck, funnily enough. Yeah, I'm gonna lowlight that because I don't. There's no way a spy would do that, but maybe he would. I don't know. Okay, yeah, we're still just trying to watch stuff. I don't really see much going on at the moment, so I'm not too worried about it. Wheels is watch checking. And let's see if text slides, but we don't get to see the slide, unfortunately. Okay, teal doesn't slide, I don't think. Okay, okay, James Bond has a really good path, so we can low like that. And I mainly low it for like just knowing how to path on the right side of the venue, as well as like the little micro movements he did before, like near the chairs. And then I think he kind of slid, so. Smallman hasn't really done that much in the game at this point. I think he was at books at the beginning, so maybe he could have like a microfilm here. So I'll probably just have to highlight him just in case.
Banana bread.
Never mind. Okay, and then yeah, Rocker was there too, I think. So um, yeah, we have quite a. There's no delegates active at the moment, so uh, mm, here's the thing. I don't know if Teal has another print because I know she has statues. So I think I might just have to shoot it and pray. Yeah, so she did have another print. Uh, yeah, she did have another print here. I don't know where the other print would have been. Let me see. Okay, it was a print at bookcase. Okay. Yeah. I mean, right here I just was like, okay, I could guarantee you that like I could so this is like the nice part, right? Because like in the original like teaching the dailies, like right now I'd be like watching like the initial snipers replay, but here I can explain to you my exact viewpoint because the party is exactly the way that like I'm sniping it because that's how it now works. So you can see that all my like lowlights and original highlights, they are all there. So I can now talk about what I was thinking at this exact point in time. So yeah, right here, what I saw is that Teal picked up briefcase. Even if she took the drink, I was gonna have to like really, decide if I wanted to shoot or not. So the main reason why I was like interested in this was because I was like, okay, she has inspects because she went on the left side and that right front side statue. So I knew she had inspects. She had obviously is credited for seduce. She has BB and is now at bar right after ambassador. And if you also look at the rest of the party, Salmon just had a really good looking path. Blink Twin doesn't really have anything. General, I think maybe has like one statue inspect. And Kane Irish, I don't think they even have anything that I recall. And I think Wheels doesn't even have inspects or anything else either. And he also had the potential to delegate for a little while. And you notice that we're only down to 7 people, and in being down to 7 people, uh, it makes it a lot easier to see Teal as like a bigger sus right here, because Teal is finishing or already finished inspects and now is holding a print. So if I wanted to shoot Teal, I should have another print here. I don't have another print, but it's always easy to credit another print at the end of the game like this. And if no one else is really that big of a suspect, I think it makes sense to shoot Teal here. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But yeah, we take the right shot there. This is more of a behavioral shot than anything. It wasn't really like a, mission can't be shot because I wasn't on top of Prince completely. Otherwise, I would have been like, oh, I know she has a print at Blue Bookcase, and now here, so I'm shooting. Unfortunately, did not get the thinking did not go like that. If it did, that would have been preferred, but alas. But yeah, you see at the bottom left there, you can just count the people that are still up. Obviously, Ambassador doesn't count. And, the only suspect in reality at this point in the game is Teal. So it's a pretty safe shot. All right. So there we go, 1-0. And yep, it's going to just keep doing this. And you're going to keep getting replays to snipe. There is also the possibility of finding like games that I've already sniped before because the dailies would like not repeat games. However, um, repeat games in the sense that like I would have already seen them. Like when you play a game in a daily, it doesn't appear for like a certain amount of time because it like has to like reset or like it'll pick new replays every day. But this one it recycles every single replay. So like there's some replays from the dailies that I could have seen that could be in this list now. For example, I've already seen a couple like the very first game that starts off with myself is a game that I have seen before in a daily. The Grash one is one I've seen before, so it's very possible. But right now we are going to be sniping Screwloose, so let's go. All right, Dove, Puff, and Hydra. So Dove, Puff, Hydra. We have Sari and James Bond at the center, red, blue books. White dress with a nice bounce. I'll light it. Okay. None of them take a book out. Plain Twin is the first one with a uh, drink. With a really good path as well. So, okay, Rocker and Irish. Yeah, Rocker and Irish now. And then General and Teal, I'll remember. Okay, I think that was a bug, I'm pretty sure, but I can keep watching text. I also behaviorally think it's a bug because normally when like spies bug, they'll hurry up and like walk past like the ambassador and go like to like a location close to them. There's also been a time ad, and I'm pretty sure that like for example, Plain Twin started out at the bar, so it couldn't have been him. And then we know that Sari and James Bond started out at the bar. I'm kind of picking out the timing of the timeout here because I'm like, okay, it's probably at the beginning of the game. Same thing with Rocker, she probably wouldn't have done it. And if you notice, we're probably down to about like, 8 to 10 people here. One of them has a really strong bug credit, and even Red Dress, I'm not suspicious of for doing a time at. But she still could have. But right now, with the low lights that I've taken, I'm pretty confident. Red dress gets a low light. Um, I don't know if Tex has another mission, so I kind of wanted to shoot him now. But yeah, I was pretty sure I saw the bug, so it's a pretty safe shot regardless. The last mission. Oh, okay. I guess that's like okay. I guess that's like something I don't like because what I would have liked to see is that like I'm sure that there's a way to do this, but at this point I don't know. But I would have liked to see how the rest of the game ended up playing out because now I can only see it from my perspective. So yeah, obviously very early time ad, 15 seconds into the game. If you look at the lowlights that I took for it, Plain Twin, Rocker were bar, Queen, or sorry, and Disney were at Blue Bookcase. Those were the lowlights I taken, and then I think White Dress was a lowlight because of a bounce or a bump, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I lowlight that. And then here's the bug again from our point of view. Yeah, very weird. Like there was no bounce there really, and he wasn't tracing the edge of the conversation. So it looks like a spy doing a wrong arm, and you can kind of see his arm reset just a little bit, like at the very end. Yeah, you can see right there, and I'll even show it from this angle. So missed that and saw that right there at the end, which is where the highlight came off. And then the spy light go right next to right next to the first available pad that you can find after bugging. He does that as well. So yeah, I was pretty ready to shoot here. Now, I don't know what the rest of the game would have been. I'm assuming fingerprints or BB, but as you can see, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so our estimation is like dead on here. It's down to like 10 people, and at this point in time, there's really not anybody I'm that suspicious of besides Tex. So, and if I think I saw the bug and I don't really have any other reason to hold, I'm shooting. Okay, now we have a Nebula game. So, Nebula is like this is a little meta game here, but Nebula is very good at aquarium, and I mean you should always be aware of like shark cheeses in general, but Nebula is really good at aquarium, so just make sure not to give up shark walks or give up like anything that's like behind the shark. So here we go. Let's watch statues first. Laugh and sheep. Okay, Red Dress and Disney start out at the front case. Okay, and as I say that, Red Dress and Disney in general are all at the window pad, so I'm the most suspicious of them. I know Duke didn't start out at the windows, so he could not have time added. Remember, I caught a time ad here. Okay, Red Dress should take this case, probably if she's the spy, but she doesn't, interestingly enough. Okay, we Lilith Tex. General also can still be credited for a mission here. He could have also just had a swap, but he looks like he slides. So right now in this point in the game, you really have two like sort of scenarios. You're either straight up missed the time ad and you're just watching the wrong people, or you found the time ad and okay, Red Dress has a bug behind Shark there. I still really believe that it's Red Dress, Disney, or General, but I could still be wrong. This is a very messy game. I'm not on top of anything here. otherwise. So hopefully, but like, yeah, Disney with a really good path. Yeah, I don't think it was possible for Seek to bug there. Yeah, so here's the thing. If I miss the time ad and my people are wrong that I have for the time ad, then I just completely lose, which is probably going to be the case, but we will see. But Red Dress still could have bugged at the beginning and, like, behind the shark. So Red Dress is still very much like my prime suspect.
Banana bread.
And yeah, General, I don't really think it's possible they really slid. So I'm going to shoot Red Dress here. Yeah, bug. Yeah. I'm assuming that no, there was not a print anywhere. But,
Banana bread.
so yeah, so right here, this point in the game, I did take note of Red Dress and Disney. They're the only two that are over there. I did flicker to like the sides of like the other the other time ad spots. I didn't see anything. So yeah, in essence, I have this down to 3 people, but I'm still assuming that I could be missing something here. Yeah, the bug happened exactly where I thought it would happen. So when I say you need to credit things behind the shark, that's what I mean. I mean right here, that's just completely invisible. But you also have sort of a little bit of evidence because she's talking after the bug, and that's always like a little bit suspicious. So yeah, gotta shoot that. And then yeah, seduce, contact, obviously.
Banana bread.
And I'm assuming that we probably send sorry. Yeah, we send sorry to the bar for our delegate. And yeah, obviously, I don't think I saw that, but it didn't really matter. I'm shooting red dress there. If Perlin goes off, I'm shooting red dress. Red dress is just my number one suspicion. Because the only reason why she's my number one suspicion over like Disney say is because I saw her walk away from the time ad window first. And that's behaviorally most of the time a spy. So I think it's a pretty safe shot. Okay, pwned noob on ballroom. Good old ballroom. Let's go. Okay, so nest. We've got to watch this the bug here. And I'm flickering for time ads. Tex checks watch, and so does Kane. No time that happens. Okay, no time that happens. And we have habit on the left, so nest and habit. Playing to him with the first print. Tex is just going from window to window to window. White dress and Tex watch check. Tex watch checks like 3 times here. We have to watch bug, queen reject. Okay, interestingly enough, there's no, oh, that was a really weird path. So I think Sam and Queen are both in the reject chain. Okay, no Perlin goes off though. I don't really like Tex a lot right now.
Banana bread.
All right, Irish and also twin. Queen takes a drink. And I don't think anybody in this real BB conversation really has any mission progress. Unless I like really messed up a bug or something. Sorry and Rocker I'll have to credit with a bug, I think. Pretty sure that wasn't a bug. Red dress, I don't know where she got the book. So I'll have to highlight it. Thank God Sorry didn't go to the center statues there, because if she did, I would have been really annoyed. Okay, I actually don't know if that was correct from Red Dress. I don't think that was a 3-cycle return. It could have been, but I don't think it was. Okay, and she rejects. If Sorry goes back to statues, we're going to have a choice. Ugh. Okay, here's the issue. She could have bugged after BB, and I definitely would have missed it. But Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose here. I probably should just shoot sorry, but I'm not going to. Let's watch. I hopefully I get to watch like one more of her path. Yeah, it was sorry. Yeah, I assumed the bug was probably during the contact, which I should have just shot for the statues. Behaviorally, it makes so much sense. Yeah, so the bug is exactly where I thought it was. So should have been watching that because I had a feeling, but I wanted to take my good quality lowlights there because I think I had a couple suspects in those in that banana bread to lowlight. Yeah, so that's why I said if she went to center inspects, it was going to be really annoying because I would have had to make a decision. And then she went back, and then I said, okay, if I'm, and then like right here, I didn't shoot because I said, listen, I didn't see the bug, and just on the off chance that like someone else actually is the spy, like say red dress, who I didn't have the book for, like I could have just held, and I didn't technically see the bug, and I could have got like one more path. I think the reason I really did want to shoot Sorry also is because like I really wanted to shoot her because I thought like she didn't have a slide, and then basically going like statue to statue after like a strong bug credit, even though like I didn't know that she had bug. Uh, it just screamed spy behaviorally, but unfortunately didn't have the strength to take the shot here, even though I definitely could have. It was a findable shot, like 1,000%, but um, yeah. Next time, probably hear the BB go off, at least flicker towards bug and then low light, because it would have been a free shot. But oh well. I kind of figured this was what happened, but um, hopefully that is pretty instructive. T-Flame. Okay, we got a chance to redeem ourselves. So let's go. Yeah, and now you're asking yourself, Assassin, how do you like see Timad and Bug behind Shark, but you don't shoot somebody for a very obvious like bug into like, inspects uh mission completion. And it's like I couldn't answer that. I cannot tell you. All right. Okay, BBH. I don't think I saw any bugs. Kane starts off at green. Duke has the first take, and he does not take the guest list. Okay, so Tex. Duke watch checks. Okay, so red Tex. Okay. Tex has center inspects annoyingly enough. So I now have to credit for. I'm thinking like at this point right now, if like Tex had like a bug or something. Okay, well there's a bump, so luckily we get like saved. So Wheels getting offered to. No bug from Tex. Watch Queen and Sorry here because we have a little bit of time to watch. Ambassador's safe. Disney rejects, I think. And there is a print on the first B statue. And we have Stutter on the left side. Okay, that was a weird path from Sorry. I actually did not like that. Teal takes a drink. Okay, goes to Disney. Kane still has a book. Don't forget about Kane's book from Green.
Banana bread.
Okay, two low lights. Only one real conversation, so we'll highlight them. Okay, now there's a printed blue books. Okay, so it's a Duke. Okay, Disney is getting a print from this blue book case. I don't think he has any other prints. Maybe he does. Even if he does, I can still watch for another mission. I don't think I have anything else for Disney besides prints. So Disney only got 3 missions: Seduce, Contact, and Prince. Yeah, either way, still at Prince, but I will have to watch this bug. And unless I am missing something like catastrophic here, like microfilm, I don't think Disney has anything else. Yeah, Disney now goes to statues. I don't think he has any inspects, so unless I miss an inspect or something, I don't think it's him. And there is our swap, and we can just shoot him for Prince and swap. Yep. So perfectly tracked that game. I was on top of this game, I would say, like through and through. Yeah, the only play here you have is to swap because I don't have any other missions. So if you went to center inspects, I kill him. I was watching Bug really good, Purloin really good. Microfilm, I don't think he had because I was watching him at the Blue Book case. So yeah, no other options there for him. And that game, I kind of was able to coil around his neck and just slowly suffocate him until he, just did his last mission. So okay, 5 of 8 Modern, pretty easy setup. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's just get into it. All right, so we have Mask, Dove, Mask, and Nest, and then we have blue, white, and then teal, green, and no time ads. All right, so let's go over statues again. Dove, Mask, and Nest. And Tex and Sorry are the first delegates. And then we'll also have to look at Red Dress and... Okay, there's actually already been a Purloin. So, easy enough. I'm sure it's probably just Tex, but... Yeah, it should just be Tex here. Smallman wasn't at the bar. White Dress wasn't at the bar. Uh, Teal wasn't at the bar. Yeah, that was a good path from Plain Twin, but I also don't think he was at the bar. Salmon wasn't at the bar, I don't think. I can't recall if there's like one person after what person it was after Tex. Okay, and Tex actually goes back to bar, which is interesting to me. Yeah, Disney had the correct book return.
Banana bread.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so what this means is that I'm not on top of Purloin because Tex is out for is out for the BB. I don't think the spy is really close to finishing. Maybe they have like 2 missions that aren't seduced in contact, but they still need one more, which is the joy of 5 of 8 Purloin or 5 of 8 Modern. But yeah, it's not like 8 people here, 9 people. Trying to remember who else was at the bar with Tex. Like I'm trying to look at people and see if they jog my memory at all. Okay, that was a 1 cycle putback. Oh no, never mind. Okay, good
Banana
path.
bread.
Yeah, I was gonna say good path from. Okay, sorry could have split from conversation here. Okay, that was bad from sorry, and I think Buns was also out. I think it's probably just sorry. Yeah, it is. So yeah, it's sorry there because I saw her break the microfilm animation, but yeah, I also thought that sorry could have been the one to take the list. I thought the ambassador took the list, but it was actually sorry. And then was there anybody at the bar with Tex? I don't think so, but we'll double check. No, it was just sorry too. Okay. So yeah, and I did credit sorry for that. I knew it wasn't Teal, but because Teal got there too late for the because I saw Ambassador had it and Teal was just at Green Book, so I knew it couldn't be her. Yeah, bug, whatever. I think my assessment was pretty correct, where I thought they had like 2 missions that weren't seduce and contact. But luckily, I got to wait for a 5th mission here. And then yeah, we might go for a microfilm. I'm assuming that's how we finish the game. Uh, if you're watching right here, I'm just Ambassador's completely safe. There's like literally I think 5 people in the party, and she took a really horrendous path into the bookcase, and now is just the only person at an action site. So I have to take the shot there. There's really no other choice. So okay, Turnip Boy. Wow, Modern is just very freaking popular today, I guess. We're getting a lot of Modern practice. Let's go. Okay, Scream, Scream, Puff, and Hydra. And Rocker's the only one at a bookcase. We have Red Dress and Taft. Good path from Planeswin. That definitely can be low lit. So Red, White, and Taft. Wheels and Queen. Let's a credit let's a credit Kane with the Bugbear, I think. Okay, that's a slide, I'm pretty sure. Good path from Irish. Okay. Uh, Full disclosure, I'm not on top of Prince at the moment. Okay, there's no bar, which means we could just watch motion from conversations to see if anybody is delegated to. Okay, good etiquette from Wheels. All right, Buns, really good path. Can low light it. Yeah, Salmon screams spy to me mainly, but he goes back to blue, which is not behaviorally spy-like. Delegate timers have ran out, I think.
And the end of red.
We could low light that, low light that, low light that. Every single person now has a real BB. The really bad part is I don't have Prince, so um, I might have to credit for Prince or something. I do like General's Path, though. So at this point, there's not a lot of party activity, so we can really just watch Queen in general here. The spy ain't bugging, so... Okay, so Queen takes the book out. General, good path. Alice gets redirected, it looks like. Yeah, I like Alice's path a lot there. I think I'm going to low light it. Wheels, I think, has the only delegate at this point in time. There is a print at green, which you're going to have to take note of. Okay, Wheels' path is not the best there, I won't lie. Also, I don't know what the heck this is right there, but they're all getting low lit, high lit, because that's just, this positioning and conversation is so weird. So I'm thinking it might actually be Wheels. And then, yeah, now the only thing to do is just watch the green bookcase. And the bug. Rocker doesn't bug. And rejects a drink, which is very not spy-like because he just left a print there. Okay, I think I misremembered that statue. I thought it was Scream. So that's my bad. Okay, yeah, we have like no mission progress here. Yeah, this was just a horrible shot. I thought he like swapped it and I just missed it. My bad. I wasn't checking. I wasn't remembering my swaps at all during the game, so this was just this was a horrible shot. I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, I didn't have like any progress from anybody this entire game really. This shot was just horrible. I should have just held. There's no reason to even shoot this entire game, but I don't know. I thought the swap was something else. I don't know. I am very sorry for that shot. That shot is like horrendous. I don't even have Duke even having any other missions. Like that's the thing. Like he has swap, but like he doesn't have anything. Yeah, it was just a horrible shot. Okay, let's redeem ourselves on Redwoods at least. Okay, Hydra, Nunu, and Nest. So we have every single identical statue set. Okay, and then Bling and Duke at the bar. Okay, Plane Twin has Inspecs. That looked like a slide, but from Irish. Pretty good looking path from Rocker, but I'm not too knowledgeable about paths on this venue. Yeah, I'm assuming delegates aren't going to go off here. Why would they? So, pretty easy game so far. I mean, Ambassador doesn't move really. General with a... Okay, yeah, it's General, clearly, but that's a bug. It was also cheese, like talk or whatever. Yay! All right. And then we'll play two more. We'll go to 10 games, I think. Because, we normally stop at 8. And, if I can start the next two games, I can at least, cope a little bit and say that I had an 80% sniper win rate. Yes, gallery. Okay, perfect. Yay. I love gallery. See, it was worth it. Screwless on gallery. Let's go. Nunu. Nunu and Mask. And probably a potential bug there from somebody, but okay, Wheels has the first reject. Red Dress could have bugged, I guess. Let's not forget statues this time. Nunu Mask. Two people watch check at windows, but no time ad. Okay, Duke. So many inspectors already, but none of them have two inspects. Okay, there is a print off the drink. Okay, red dress, I have to say, is looking very suspicious. So is Wheels. Wheels has a bug credit too. Okay, Kane has inspects. I don't know what statue set he inspected or anything like that. Okay, still no Perlin, which is cool. Smallman with a print. Slide. Low light. Okay, Wheels. There's no way Wheels is not an AI, but because that looks pretty darn good and convincing. Couldn't tell if that was a slide or not from Alice. Maybe it was. So many inspectors, like holy moly. Okay, Bling Twin and Kane both have inspects. Kane rejects a drink. Okay, so still only two inspects really. Kane, I don't know if he has like any bug credits, so I might have to be careful about that.
in the end of red.
Take as many lowlights as we can on people. Okay, Seek I don't think has anything else, but so I wasn't expecting him to do anything. Blink Twin can probably be Lilith here. I don't think Blink Twin was able to make it in the conversation. White Dress with like a good bunch of good bouncing. I think I am going to low like Blink Twin. If he got to that conversation that fast, then that's just my bad. So now we're down to no inspectors. Red Dress has stayed in the same spot the entire game. Okay, that was a really weird looking path from Buns. That was a very spy-like path. So I would not be surprised at all if the spy is Buns. But the real question is, I don't know what else she has. Also, Seek is finishing inspects here. Duke, I think, maybe has a bug credit. Red Dress could have rejected a drink. If Seek has a bug, then I just straight up lose the game. I'm sure he does, maybe, and I probably just lost, but yeah, he probably has a bug. I'm convinced that he has a bug because I think he was in the back near the ambassador with red dress. Okay, so yeah, goes back to another statue set. Could be like swapping here, maybe. Haven't swapped yet. Queen. Okay, we don't swap. Oh, is this Prince? It's Prince. Yeah, it's Prince. I didn't remember the print. I just realized with that very quick put down and walk away that that was the spy. But what I because then it hit me. I'm like, okay, that looked like what hit me there was that it was seemed like very much like a print finish. So while I did have the inspec, so let's take a look at the end game state here. So Red Dress is highlight for bug, but she hasn't moved all game, so it's not her. Buns had a really spy-like path, but she has no mission progress. Duke just has like maybe a green swap pending here, and then picking up a briefcase, but I didn't really. I don't know. Duke just didn't really seem like the spy to me, and then a bunch of other randoms. So if you really look at this like right here, if you're thinking that the spy is not intent on just timing out, then Seek is very obviously the spy. Did I miss anything else throughout the game? Where was this print at? Was it on the drink? Yes, it was on the drink. Yeah. Okay. I should have been paying more attention to this. I have a tendency like when I play like these like recorded games to just completely give up print, and it's very very bad. Normally like in a real game I can at least stay on top of like some prints, but like I feel like I just get so in like watching like bug or something like bug or like purloin that like I just kind of just neglect bug or neglect fingerprints a little bit, which is really really like bad habit by me. I really should like focus on prints more, but um yeah, this was just a bad game for me as well. I should have shot there as soon as I saw that like quick like walk away. Should have been like the instant shot, but because then it hit me. I'm like, wait, he could have done Prince. That was very like behaviorally spy like to show that like, oh, I didn't swap the statue. But I didn't even have either of his prints that game. So if I had one print, I probably could have found the shot just like I did on the first modern game. But yeah, clearly I have a lot of practice to do. I'm not doing too hot this set, but hopefully you are getting a lot of like instructive value on how to like effectively assess what like spot you're in like in the middle of a match, because I know that like the few games that I like kind of assessed my spot, I've been doing good, but this game not so or like these losses not so much. All right, so we have our last game here is gonna be 36 Terrace. T Flame again. Let's go. So Nunu and Laugh. Okay, good stop from Kane, but spies can replicate that. I like highlighting for statues. Teal with a good path. So Nunu and Laugh. Okay, no bug goes off, which is nice. White Dress instantly goes for a briefcase here, which is obviously spy-like. So now there's two available prints. So briefcase and bar. Okay, I don't think that was a bug from Queen. That sometimes can be a bug. And no bug from you. Okay, so now Irish and Queen all have prints. Okay, Irish now actually is credited with full fingerprints. I mean, decent etiquette. So Queen and White Dress have one print, and Irish now has two, but now the briefcase is dead. So there's no print locations except for the first statue now because Ambassador can't stop touching things. And so our only two delegates are Queen and Irish. I can't imagine Irish would delegate with Prince, but if she wanted some sort of rush game, Ambassador just can't stop touching everything. apparently. Okay, so Taft and Kane can just be released at an even number. The case is still dead, so don't have to worry about that. I'm trying. Notice how I'm trying to like really like improve upon my past mistakes by not, like losing Prince. Okay, Kane's gonna go to Windows here. I'm expecting a BB any second now. Okay, briefcase is still dead, but there is a print at the first statue, and Ambassador didn't take a drink at bar, luckily. And there's only two active delegates. So the only person who could possibly have mission progress here is Irish, but like, why would she? Oh, okay. She's going for another briefcase.
Banana bread.
Okay, we can low like that. Okay, and like Irish can be low here because she was putting down a briefcase during BB. So thankfully, our only person with mission progress gets low lit, and this briefcase is still dead. So all these people with print progress, which is White Dress and Queen, that keep going for it, don't realize that it's a dead briefcase. And White Dress is getting instantly shot if she goes to statues because she finishes statues. That would be okay. If that's a bug, that is just disgusting, and I cannot shoot that in good faith. Like that is disgusting. If that was a bug, was it a bug? Yeah, that is so gross. That is just utterly disgusting. I mean, I have to like. Here's the thing: if this was at the beginning of the game, I could have credited this and just watched like Alice a little bit because I was completely on top of the game here. No one else had any mission progress. White Dress doesn't have anything at this moment. So right now I'm completely on top of the game, and that is just such a disgusting bug. Like, so I want to watch my perspective again because I even tried to guard this. Okay, I guess you could kind of see it with that like reset right there, but like, cause like okay, I guess when you watch something like this, but even then it looks like just a normal like oh she requested a drink. But what's getting me is that she doesn't really move like before that. Like, okay, so I'm gonna pause here and let's watch. Okay, yeah, no, you can see it from that angle. So the angle that I'm holding right here, I'm like if I was panned over just a little bit, so if I was like over here, you could see it. You can see the arm go out. So my angle, so here I made an angle mistake. I didn't angle correctly for this bug. So, but in essence, I was trying to guard the right arm, but I gave up the left arm. I thought I had a good enough angle for it, but I think I was actually wrong. So if you want to kind of like, remove the possibility of there being like a gross bug here, you can go to this angle right over here. If Ambassador was a little bit closer to Alice, I think that it still ends up working out. But yeah, I think I don't blame myself for this loss because, even with this angle, like I didn't see a bug, so there's no reason to shoot even if I highly suspect that she's finishing. I also should have highlight real contact, because there's only three people with real contact. So this is even worse by me because since she has a real contact, she could have like finished missions right there. So yeah, kind of bad by me, but yeah. So we finish off about an hour in, 6-4. Um, not really the best games by me. Some of these I should not have even lost, but um, there was a lot of good information here. I think it's very instructive. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'm also probably not gonna like play the infinite mode too much. Maybe record it just because if anybody ever wants like the practice on level 7, I don't want to like spoil you because then whenever you snipe these games, it's gonna be useless. So this is probably gonna be one of my only like infinite matchmaking ones that I do. If I do more, then it's just gonna be like have like a recorded, maybe run to like 50-0 or something. But I got a lot of work to do in the meantime with that. So yeah, it's gonna end there at 6-4. Uh, hope you guys enjoyed it. Go try out the new update if you haven't. It's really cool stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video.